Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slapp. Today I'm going to be doing a video on my second impressions. These are products I have tried recently, but if you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slapp family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. But I haven't got a video for today. I tried filming a full face, but it was an absolute disaster. It was a hot mess, and I just felt like I couldn't show you guys. That video was really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very random video which was inspired by somebody asking. I posted my October favorites and somebody said it would be really helpful for you to say which ones weren't your favorites, and it kind of inspired me to do a video that I was thinking of doing a few months ago, years ago, which was second impressions. And this is kind of a semi-second impressions, but also just a video letting you guys know about the things that I've already tried, the new things that I've tried for you recently. I basically realized all of these products, whether I like them, whether I don't like them, and I will let you know which ones I like, which ones I don't like, which ones I've used, etc. But some of them, a lot of them, I forgot I had. Like, I was looking through my collection yesterday to do a full face, and I was like, oh, I forgot I had that. Oh, I forgot I had that, because basically I haven't used them again since doing my initial video. So I thought I would break them out, show you guys why I haven't used them again, let you know why I haven't used them again, and just show you guys which ones I haven't used again. Because obviously with my first impressions, it's always really good to get like that first impression, first opinion as to why I like something or why I don't like something, why it works, why it didn't, in my opinion. But then sometimes things grow on me, and sometimes I really love things. Sometimes I might have thought I really loved something and I've never used it again, which kind of leads me to believe that I didn't love it as much as I thought I loved it. There is obviously the possibility that I will re-love these products again in the future, and I've pulled them all out. I'm going to try not to put them back, and I'm going to try and use them over the next few weeks, and maybe they will make their way into a November, a December, a January favorites, who knows. But in the meantime, I thought I would just get into this and show you guys the things I haven't used again, or the things I have used again, and I don't think I'm going to use that much. This is my second impressions. I feel like Gabrielle, if any of you guys know who Gabrielle is. So first up is a product that's not that new. It's probably one of my oldest. I've got two older new products that I tried. This is the Jones Road Miracle Balm product. I tried this when I tried Jones Road for the first time. I also tried the Hippie Stick, I think it was called, maybe called, and that is like a body stick. I actually use that a lot over summer. It's really good if you've got like dry bits around your ankles and you're wearing like flats or loafers or sandals or whatever. It's really good for your legs as well. I really like that. This I actually haven't reached for again once, and I didn't mind it actually. It was a very sheer, balmy, sheeny product. It's quite inoffensive. I think I found it a bit greasy. I think I found it a bit spready, and I think that's why I didn't try it again. But I've never, I see it all the time. Like, some of these I don't see, which is why I forgot about them. I see this all the time, and I just choose to just not touch it. I just overlook it. So this is one of those products that I see you, I just don't want to use you. So this is the Miracle Balm from Jones Road, Bobbi Brown's brand. Not a bad product, if I remember rightly. I think I didn't love it, but in my head it's not that bad. I just don't want to use it. So that is Jones Road Miracle Balm in the shade Sunkiss. Next up, another kind of balmy product that I don't use ever. Actually, I used this once, and there's a reason I'm not going to use it again. So this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin in the shade 9. I actually liked the shade of this. It's a nice shade. It's kind of like a balm cream to powder foundation, and the thing that is good about this is that it really holds. Like, nothing's breaking through. If you're oily, nothing is breaking through. And I actually wore this for the first time after my video to my friend's wedding in the middle of summer, and I thought it was going to be a really hot day because every day before then had been super hot, and I was just thinking, perfect, I know exactly what to wear, I'm not going to sweat, it's an all-day affair, it's outside, this is my jam. And it literally rained the entire day. It was cold, I was camping at the end of the day. It was just horrific weather and my face was just so dry because of this. It was like there was no heat, there was no humidity, there was no sweat, there was no nothing, no steam, zilch. All there was rain and wind. And so after that, I've actually been scarred by this product because I know that it will dry my skin out. If I was somewhere hot, if I was like in the Bahamas or Jamaica or I don't know, Hawaii, I would use this. But because I'm not, because I'm in England, I doubt I will ever use this again because I'm still traumatized by it. But it's not a bad product if you've got oily skin, but if you've got combi skin, if you've got normal skin, even though there's no such thing, dry skin, if you've got any other skin type, then this is going to really give you a mattified finish and you might not want that. Next up is a product that I don't want to put in here because I do really like it, but I just found it very rich and I like it. I just don't use it, and the reason I don't use it is because I find it small. This is the Gucci blusher, the powder blush, Blush Beauty Warm Berry 06. It's a beautiful shade. It's got an orangeness to it. It's very warm. I really do believe I will start using this as winter goes or as summer comes. I can see it. I love it. I like it. There's no reason why I'm not using this, but I'm just not using it. I see it. It's like the Jones Road. I see it every day. I'm like, no, I'm going for the other one. And I purposefully don't use this. I love the packaging, it's very cute, but I do find this very small and my blush brush is very big. And in my head, I'm just like, I can't really be bothered to try and make those two work, even though it's not that deep, even though it's not that big a deal. In my head, I don't really want to make them work. And in my head, this is a very warming blush. It's a very summery, autumnal blush. And everything I have is kind of pinky at the moment and kind of rosy and pillow talky, and it just doesn't go. So that's the reason I'm not using it. I do like it. It is a nice blusher, but I'm just not using it. It has not been touched since I used it. So I think maybe once, but yeah, that's a Gucci blush. Lovely blush, but just haven't used it again. Next up, two things I literally didn't remember I had until I saw them looking for something else are the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows that she released recently. The Eyes to Mesmerize liquid cream eyeshadows. They're very creamy. I can't remember. I don't even open them. Oh yeah, okay. They're not what I remember them to be like. They're cream eyeshadow pots. They're from Charlotte Tilbury. One was a very kind of tropical iridescent shade, and one was I think also quite a tropical. Oh yeah, that one's really intense. It's just too intense. This one was kind of taupey. Yeah, they're perfectly fine. One was definitely too light for me, which is why I just in my head just clocked off, and one was just like way too jazzy for me in my head, so I just clocked off. They are the Sunlit Glow and the Exaggerize. I feel like Exaggerize would be good if you're like a medium skin tone. That's actually going to be nice. I find the Sunlit Glow a bit too like iridescent and like spacey and jazzy, and it just felt a bit much. It reminds me of the Natasha Denona liquid eyeshadow, but I found that one easier to use, easier to control, and for some reason it just felt more flattering. I don't know if that's just the way I'm remembering it, but that's just how I feel about it. So these two, totally forgot I had them until yesterday, and I saw them. I was like, oh. So these are two things I've never used again, and I don't know when I will. I don't know if I will ever. They weren't terrible, but I don't see it. Sticking with the eyeshadow, this pains me a lot because I do like these products a lot. I think I pulled one of the wrong ones. I do like these products a lot, but I just didn't reach for them ever again. Actually no, I did reach for one once, but it was a bit cooler for what I wanted. It was a bit too cool tone for what I wanted that day. But these are the Lisa Eldridge liquid eyeshadows. I do have, I think 6 now, and I think I've used one since out of all of them. And the one I used was this shade, which is Zora, the kind of bronze one, but it's got like a silvery fleck to it. This is nice, and I will use this. I can see it. I just don't find it warming enough for my skin tone. I need some warmth. Like, look at me. I look a bit grey, and I don't need more products to make me look more grey. I need more products to warm me up, make me look healthy and sun-kissed and not tired, not washed out. And I feel like even though this doesn't wash me out, it's on the verge of washing me out. But it is my favorite of all of the ones I've got from her. Also the Ane was really nice. It's kind of like a, these are great colors. I really like them. And I like her stuff, but this was like an olivey shade. It was nice. They were nice. I just don't use them, and I haven't used any of the other ones either, so I don't know why I keep buying them. I think it's just because I like Lisa Eldridge and I want to like support her and I like her, but I need to stop buying them because I'm not using them, any of them. I used this one once since, and I think I used this one once, but this is the wrong batch. But sorry. But yeah, I'm not using them, so I need to just stop buying them. Sticking on eyeshadows, my last eyeshadow, I think, of the things, second impressions. I think a lot of you guys are going to know what this is, especially if you watch my review. This is the Chanel Tweed. Is the tweed, L'Ombre Tweed in number 3 Tweed Fauve. This is a gorgeous color palette. It's a really nice color story. It's warm, it's gorgeous, it's tweedy. I like it. It's pretty. It should be better than it is, and it's not as good as I want it to be. It's very subtle, which isn't a bad thing, but it's hard to use. Like, I have to use my fingers, and there are 2 good brushes here. I also have brushes. I shouldn't have to use my fingers on a mat to make it pick up, and that was my issue with it at the time. I did try and make it work, and I was happy with the way it looked, honestly, and I do see myself going for it at some point, just to use it for the sake of using it, maybe on a Note by Fry, maybe when I'm just feeling like demure and I want like no makeup on. But this was a bit of a disappointment for me, and I think it was like £53, and I feel like I said at the time, I would rather have my £53 back. It's not terrible, but I'd rather have my £53 back, and I think that says everything about this. This one is controversial, even controversial with myself, because I don't know why I'm putting it in here, but I do know why I'm putting it in here. On a second impressions, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette. I like this, but I don't know if I like it as much as I used to, or enough. So this is gorgeous, it's pretty, it's lovely. It's got a really nice light blush, which is too light for me. It's got a nice rosy blush, which is just right for me. It's got 2 highlighters. I just don't know why I need all of this stuff. Like, I don't know why I need 2 highlighters. I don't know why I need 2 blushes. I'd rather have 2 other things in my face palette to make it a face palette. I'd rather have maybe this could be a cream blush. That would be cool. Like a cream blush of that, like a Patrick Tar. Maybe that could be a bronzer. That would be helpful. They did say that this could be an eyeshadow, but maybe it would be good to give me an eyeshadow. I don't know, but I just feel like when I think about it compared to the Hourglass one, even though I probably use as much from the Hourglass one as I do with this, I find the Hourglass one is giving me something I don't already have, whereas I don't think this is giving me something that I don't already have, which is my only issue with it, and the reason it's in here, and the reason I've actually taken it out of my everyday drawer, because I like it. But like I said when I did the video, I like it, but I've got the highlighter. Okay, technically it broke, but I've still got it. I've got the blusher, the Pillow Talk one. I think I prefer it to this. This one's a kind of non-blusher for me, and this highlighter is good, but it's also in the highlighter I've already got. And also, having just bought the Hourglass highlighter, I also like that one more. So I feel like I didn't need this as much as I thought I did, and as much as I felt like I did at the time before I bought it and having bought it. I do think it's a nice product, and it's a really gorgeous gift if you're gifting it to someone, or giving it to yourself if you've got nothing else from Charlotte Tilbury. But if you've got blushes and highlighters from Charlotte Tilbury, you don't necessarily need it. It is 100 times better than that big silver highlighter that she created. But if you got the recent Pillow Talk Dream Multi-Glow highlighter, you definitely don't need this. And I would buy that every day, any day and every day, instead of this, because that is phenomenal and unique and incredible, and this is kind of like okay. And last but not least, I've got 2 lipsticks, well 4 lipsticks, but 2 different lipsticks. Also pains me to put this in, but since I bought the Glossier, oh, did I buy them? Yes. Since I bought the Glossier lipsticks, I don't use these anymore, and these are, I really like these. They are gorgeous lipsticks. They're highly pigmented, they glide on, they're great colors that I love. These are the Say lipsticks in Lip Blur. I love these, they're pretty, they're gorgeous, I just don't use them. I feel like if you've got a Lisa Eldridge velvet lipstick, you don't need these. And I think if you've got a Glossier one, you probably do need these, but I'd rather the Glossier ones. They just feel a bit more unique, a bit more different. I think if you've got like an Hermes, a Guerlain or a Lisa Eldridge matte lipstick, you don't need these. If you don't and you want one but you don't want to splurge, then these are a great alternative. But because I've already got all of those products, I'm just not reaching for these as much. I think when I first got them, I used Modern quite a bit actually. I used Modern quite a bit, but then my Dior one has just taken over, and also the Glossier Generation G ones have just taken over. So these are good products. I'm just not using them anymore because I've got other things that I'm just reaching for more. These aren't bad, they're just not grabbing my attention in the way they should, considering they're new and good. And last but not least is a product I liked, but I just don't like that much. It is lovely, but is it? I can't remember it. The Chanel Rouge Allure lipstick in 199. It's so funny, I actually saw this in my drawer, looked at the shade number, and I was like, is that it? I can't even remember it. It's such a non-event in my life that I couldn't even remember if that was the right one or if it was an old Chanel one that I had. I looked at it and I felt like, yeah, that seems about right. I think that's it. I think that must be it. So we think this is the one. This is the Chanel Rouge Allure in the shade 199 in a 10 Dew. This is a nice lipstick, and I remember at the time thinking it was nice. It was nude, it wasn't very controversial, it wasn't doing too much, it wasn't doing too little, it was just kind of there. And I don't use it. I'd never use it because I can't really remember what it does. I can't remember really like what it goes with. It's very subtle. It doesn't really do anything with a lip liner. It doesn't really need to do much without a lip liner. It's not giving me like the natural easygoing vibes of like the Generation G without a lip liner. It's not giving me like the full-on impact great color that these are, even though I don't use those. It's just not doing that much. So I don't use this much. I think I've used it once since, and I was just like, I think I just put something else on top of it because it just wasn't hitting. I don't think it's bad. I just don't care for it. I don't care if I never see it again. The only reason I would is because I would have just wasted money on it, which is sad. I don't like to waste money. But Chanel is such a tough one for me. Like 90% of the things I try from them are just okay. Like they're okay, they're fine, but they're just not like enough. I feel like so many brands are just like doing stuff. Like Charlotte Tilbury, okay, this isn't the most groundbreaking thing, but she's trying to push a little bit. I feel like she's trying to innovate. Chanel, I'm just like, give me something. Try for my money. Don't just expect you'll have my money. I don't like that. But I like brands to actually like give me something that's different, and I thought this was going to be more of a vibe for me and something I'd reach for more than I do, and I just don't feel like it does. I think of Chanel, the things that I've really loved from them in the last year or last 2 years, the only thing I've really loved is that cream bronzer, and it's just okay for my skin tone. Like I technically shouldn't like it because it's really not being very inclusive. It's not being inclusive enough for like what I like as a standard from a brand, but that's really my favorite thing from Chanel in the last year or so. The foundation was pretty good as well. I quite like that foundation. It's a bit on the light side for me, but that was a good foundation. But I just feel like Chanel is one of those brands that kind of just people buy because it's Chanel and it's got the branding, and I love the branding, but is that enough? Like I think for fashion potentially, but I think for beauty you really have to actually, I don't know, create a product that does something or is meaningful or at least delivers. And I think I'm going a bit harsh on Chanel, but I just feel like this doesn't, and it just reminds me that it doesn't. Same with this. Like I love the tweed pocket, but like was that worth £50 just for the tweed pocket that I can't reuse for anything else? It feels like they're just kind of like Chanel, which may be fair, and I'm sure there are people who will just buy it because it's Chanel, and that's fine. But for me, as a beauty lover, consumer, collector, reviewer, I want a bit more from my products. I want a bit more for my money. even when I'm not buying it, I still want them to be good enough that even if I had bought it, I'd be happy. So that is it. Those are my second impressions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Do you like the idea of this video? Would you like more videos like this? Do you want to hear about products I've tried in the past? What do I think of them now? Let me know if you want to see another one. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you don't mind the new backdrop. I hope you don't mind the bizarre face that I've got on, the very 7 hours worth of makeup face that I've got on, but I hope you're liking the new do, and I hope you like my festive jumper. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slapp family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.